I ran as fast as I could, but he was way faster than me. There was no way I could get away. I'm the type of person who eats Skittles with Mountain Dew and plays Minecraft all day. He isn't human. His face is that of a black panther with bright blue eyes. His body was that of an orange tiger, but the color was a deep orange, and his tail was that of a lion. He dodged obstacles with ease as I tripped over everything in my path. He was built for running, and
he knew this forest like the back of his paw.
How did I get here, you ask? The question is easy. The answer, not so much. It was a hot summer morning. I had to call my friend Christiana to make sure she was up. We had to get ready for our little vacation. Her parents and my parents paid for us to get out and enjoy our summer. I'm 17 and she's 18, so there was no way we could pay for it. Our vacation was in California. We were going to LA and the Redwood National and State Parks. We finished our conversation and I started to get ready. Christiana was taking a little while to get ready, so I decided to research Redwood National and State Parks myths. I figured I wouldn't find anything, so I was shocked when I found a bunch of websites on the Pangion. The website said the Pangion is a creature that's part panther, part tiger, and part lion. I didn't believe it, but I wish I had. I bookmarked the page to show Christiana when I heard a knock on the front door. I sprinted towards the door and I looked through the window. It was Christiana. She seemed a bit uneasy. I opened the door.
Hey, you alright? I don't want to fly, but I have to. There's no way we're driving. Yeah, unless you want to take like 30 hours to get there. Anyway, we can do this. Together. Heck, this is my first time flying. At least you have some experience. Yeah, I'm just nervous. You think I'm not or something? No, I'm just worried that I might get sick. I get that. Don't worry though. Yeah, but what if... If you puke on me, I'll clean off my clothes, comfort you, and then punch you. Oh my word, I wasn't going to say that. But thanks. Of course, man. Punching you before cleaning my clothes would just be rude. Hey, shut up. Couldn't help it. Do you feel a little bit better? Yeah. Hey, we have a bit of time to kill, right? Shoot, yeah. Hungry? Yes, I demand Pizza Hut. I was thinking the same thing.
We head to Pizza Hut. We got there and it looked almost abandoned, but we saw a guy go in, so we thought nothing of it. We went in and I could just smell garlic and sausage. I look at Christiana to make a joke about sausage.
Don't you dare. I've been caught.
I realize they have pasta here and I giggle.
What? Pasta. I'm gonna order pasta.
I go up to the person working.
Hi, my name is Matt. How can I help you today? Yeah, I'll have the pasta. How did you... Look at you. You're definitely the type to get pasta at a Pizza Hut. Let me guess, you want Mountain Dew too? Well, I did. Yeah, gamer, you do. Now get out of here with your crusty ass hair.
He has won this round. We got our food and left. We decided to eat in the car. We headed to the airport. I turned back out of curiosity, and I saw no Pizza Hut. I looked down at the food. The pasta was still there. I shrugged. I noticed that the Pizza Hut isn't there anymore. Yeah? Is the pasta okay? It's fine. Looks pretty good, to be honest. Not a word. I say, knowing she's going to talk about how that guy roasted my ass. We got on the plane and sat in the same row. I got the window seat, and Christiana got the middle. I wasn't very tired, so I zoned out on my phone. After a while, I looked at Christiana. She seemed queasy. I looked at my phone. The light blinded me for a moment. It was 12:30 a.m. We had been on the plane for 3.5 hours. I reached over and grabbed Christiana's arm. She looked uneasy again. Hey, it's going to be okay. We've got 1 more hour. Have you slept at all? No, I haven't been able to sleep. My head is pounding. Yeah, I didn't either, but I've been on my phone. Did you take any ibuprofen? I noticed. I left it in my other bag. I have some Tylenol. Thanks. You'll be alright.
Let me know if you need anything, even if it's just someone to talk to.
I handed her the Tylenol, and she took them graciously. I tried to keep myself awake, but I was exhausted. I fell asleep the rest of the way there. I woke up when we got to California.
So where are we headed again? Alexis, I told you, we're going to meet my Uncle Kenny. He won't mind if I call him Ken, right? No. Good, because the name Kenny reminds me of a South Park character. Okay then.
We headed for the forest on the Redwood Highway. We parked the car at the Redwood Creek picnic area.
He said to look for a piece of paper on a bench. What? There it is. Hey, wait up.
I ran after her. I didn't have much energy for this. She picked up a piece of notebook paper off the bench and read it. Go south until you get to the Redwood Creek. Go straight and you'll get there.
Well, let's go. Christiana, how much coffee did you have this morning? It's 1:30 in the morning. None. It was a rhetorical question, you dork.
We went south for about 160 meters until we got to a cabin near Redwood Creek. I wasn't sure about the whole situation, but Christiana seemed enthusiastic. We got to the cabin and were greeted by a tall man. He was white with rich black hair.
Hi, I'm Ken. It's nice to meet you. It's nice to meet you too. Come on in, you two.
We stepped in and sat on the couch. It was firm, but felt like a kitten. Ken's house smelled like caramel and fresh apples. The wood on the floor looked polished, but the walls looked like they were just cut from the trees. I checked my phone. It was 2 o'clock. We decided to stay up the rest of the day.
Would you guys like anything to eat? I have some PBJ sandwiches in the kitchen. That sounds good.
We ate breakfast, hung out for a while, ate lunch, then watched Finding Dory. I checked my phone again. It was 6 p.m.
So what are you guys doing here? We planned on going to the forest and then going to a convention. We planned some other things too. Just be careful. I wouldn't want you guys to run into the Pangion. What is that? It's been in the newspapers here. It's 3 animals in one. Alexis, do you know what he's talking about? Yes.
I pulled up the website I bookmarked and showed it to her. She reads it with a confused look on her face.
The Pangion? Okay. I know, it's ridiculous. It may be ridiculous, but it's true. I've seen it myself. It had the head of a panther and the body of a tiger. Its tail was just like a lion's. Well, that'll keep me up all night. Yeah, right, and I had an uncle who was a penguin. We named him Pingo.
It was 8:30 by the time we were done talking.
You guys ready for dinner? Yeah. Alexis? I could eat, yeah. I ordered Pizza Hut. Oh, jeez.
Ken looked confused. Christiana explained everything during dinner. Ken seemed amused. I was embarrassed, but it was kind of funny. We got ready for bed and figured out where we would sleep. I slept on the couch and Christiana slept on the mat next to me. I woke up at 5:16. Christiana was shaking me.
You up? You slept past your alarm. You have to get up now if you want to get stuff done.
I didn't want to get up, but I had to. If I knew the future, I wouldn't have gotten up. I rubbed my eyes and got up. We ate breakfast and headed out. I had a bad feeling in the back of my mind, but I ignored it.
Christiana, are you sure we shouldn't wait until 7 or something? You wanted to get up early and get a head start. We'll be fine. Let's go.
We walked about halfway when we heard a loud growl to our left. I looked left and saw 2 glowing blue eyes. They were just like the website said. It snarled and sprinted forward. It attacked Christiana. I tried to stop it, but it turned towards me faster than a snake biting its prey. It stared at me as if I was the scum of the earth. I looked over at Christiana. She looked so lifeless. It lashed out at me and I ran. It seemed like an eternity of being chased. It got me and held me down tight. Its eyes fumed with anger and hatred. I felt it bite into my neck. It felt like 1,000 needles. I couldn't breathe. Suddenly, I heard a distant yell.
Hey, Pangion!
It was Christiana. She sprinted at it and smacked it and fell to the ground. It writhed and twitched, but it had no strength to get back up. I looked over at Christiana. She had blood on her hands.
Oh my god, I thought you were a goner. I went limp to fool into thinking I was dead, so I could grab this bat. Sorry I took so long. It's okay, you really scared me. That's the thing, I'm not okay, Christiana, what's wrong?
She started to wobble. I ran to her to catch her and help her to the ground. Her eyes were rolling in the back of her head. I looked at her neck. There were 2 large teeth marks in the front and 2 more in the back. I heard a mighty roar in the distance. I laid Christiana on the ground and grabbed the bat. I heard a growl right behind me. It trudged towards me. I ran and it started to sprint. I needed to make sure I didn't run too far so I could go back to help Christiana. I knew the forest well enough now to make a circle and lose it. I heard its paws slamming on the ground as it caught up with me. I hid behind a tree and waited for it to pass me. It turned and glared at me. I felt tense but held the bat tight and readied myself for an attack. It sprinted towards me and I swung the bat. I heard the crack of the bat hitting its jaw. Its top and bottom teeth clashed against each other. It fell and didn't move afterward. I ran back to Christiana. She was leaning against a tree.
What are we going to do? You're hurt and I can't drive. Calm down. Breathe.
I slowed my breathing and the world became clear again.
I'll just call the police. Okay.
I sat down, leaned on a tree, and waited for Christiana. I dozed off. You should have gotten the Cinnabons. You should have gotten the Cinnabons. You should have gotten
The Cinnabons.
Weird dream. The police said to go to the picnic area. They should be there in 10 minutes. Do you hear that? No.
That's when I heard a snarl behind me. I looked behind me and saw the blue eyes. I didn't move. I told Christiana to run and that I would distract it. She seemed hesitant, but she nodded and ran. As soon as I heard her footsteps, I prepared myself. It moved in her direction and I kicked it. Its reflexes were faster than I thought. It swatted at my leg and tackled me. I couldn't move at all. This thing was extremely strong, especially compared to me. It started biting my throat. It hit the same spot as it did before. The pain surged through my entire body. My vision became blurry and I couldn't breathe. I thought I was going to die. Everything went black. Mountain Dew, pasta, mat, Cinnabons, Crucia's hair, mat, Pizza Hut. I woke up in a hospital. My first thought was, where's Christiana? The lights hurt my eyes as I tried to get them to focus.
Hey, you're awake. When we found you, you weren't breathing. Are you alright?
I looked over and saw Christiana. Her leg was in bandages. I tried to speak but found myself unable to. My throat was killing me. I felt my neck. It was wrapped in bandages too.
I shouldn't be asking you questions. The doctor said you probably wouldn't want to talk for a while. They said that your neck and throat needs to heal.
Suddenly I heard the door open. It was a nurse. She had short blonde hair and a pink hair clip with a bow on it to keep her bangs up. She had a necklace that seemed like it would look better in natural lighting. Her name tag said Debbie.
Hey there. I see you're finally awake.
I still wanted to speak. I wanted to answer Christiana and tell her that I'm okay. I wanted to ask her if we would still meet Markiplier. All I could do was nod.
Don't worry. Your voice should be back in a few days. Is your mother's name Amy? She called and we let her know that you're doing fine. Once you're up and walking, which shouldn't be too long from now, you can leave. Your neck needs to heal and you need rest. You may feel dizzy the first time you stand up, but that's perfectly normal.
At this point, my head was throbbing just enough to annoy me.
Christiana? That's your name, correct? Yes. Your friend needs rest. You can stay in here as long as you're quiet. No, it's all right. I can leave for now.
I didn't want her to go. I just looked at her and hoped she would understand.
All right, I'll stay. Now lie down. It's going to be okay.
I wanted to know the time. I didn't want to only be able to answer with yes or no. I motioned with my hands of pencil and paper.
Do you guys have paper and something to write? Yes, just in the bottom drawer of that cabinet. Thank you. You're welcome. If you guys need anything, come get me. Oh, Alexis, if you need to use the restroom, let your friend know so she can come and get me. We don't want you getting up on your own just yet.
My face became hot. It was embarrassing to need help just to go to the bathroom. I felt like I was going to cry. The nurse left, leaving me and Christiana alone. I felt tears forming in my eyes. I looked at Christiana and motioned her to come over to me. She walked over and started rubbing my shoulder.
Hey, it's going to be okay. If you need to go, let me know. And then I'll wait in the hallway until you're done and lying down on your bed again. You know, it can't be that bad. I mean, this would be a lot worse if you were wearing a hospital gown. Aren't you glad you're not wearing one?
It was weird that this hospital didn't have me wear a gown. I thought it was a requirement. I didn't question it, though. I was too concerned with when I was going to be let out.
Since we may be here for a while, I brought some extra clothes.
I laid back down and fell asleep quickly. The next few days were a blur. I stayed in bed for as long as possible and didn't talk much even after my throat healed. Once I was able to get up without getting dizzy, they let me out just like the nurse said. As we walked out, I could feel the humidity in the air. Christiana glanced at me. She looked concerned.
You look like you've had something on your mind. Do you want to talk about it? Yeah, are we still going to see Markiplier? Don't worry, I have it all covered. The convention is still just 2 days away. We got out in time. Sometimes I swear you can read my mind. I am a witch. It makes sense. Yeah, I guess this injury was just a minor setback. I'm kinda hungry. Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut.
Suddenly, we heard a car screech in front of us. It had tainted windows, but I had a feeling I knew who was inside. They rolled down the window. Yup, it was Matt.
I see your hair is just as disgusting as before. Here's your Cinnabons. That'll be $5.99.